Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, and I'm joined by Kris Getzie with Volo Vantage. Welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thrilled to have you here.
Likewise, thank you for having me.
We kind of come to the end of the ski season, and we take a look back, and we wonder, especially if we had a property that we rented, and we wonder how we did, and how we can do better next year. And that's really where you kind of come into the mix, as far as helping people establish a brand, as it were, with their property.
Yep,
Well,
exactly.
tell us about that.
Well, I just think in total the hospitality industry is seeing a really big shift. Nearly 50% of travelers are now seeking owner-run, whether it be just a standalone house, a condo, a unique B&B, owner-run organizations.
Yeah, something that's not corporate.
Right, yep. And I just think
basically.
owners are in a really unique position where they have the ability to cater to this need that travelers have to experience something really unique and an authentic connection to the community. Owners own these properties, they really know the community, so therefore they can kind of show their guests around town from their perspective. And that's something that a corporate hotel can't really do.
So there's an assumption, I think, being made there then, that if you want to experience the atmosphere, the lifestyle of the community, then this is where you stay.
Yep.
Interesting.
And there's just an interesting shift, and that's Airbnb, for example. They're reaching a $10 billion valuation, and that's kind of the cornerstone that they market themselves on. And once they reach that valuation, they'll surpass that of Hyatt, which has been around for 57 years.
Wow.
So I think there's a lot of potential for individuals, whether they just need to rent out a room in their home to earn extra income, or to actually invest into 1 or 2 or 3 properties to make some money.
Interesting. So tell me a little bit about the specifics of it. Let's dig into, you know, if you're looking at branding something like that, how that, you know, I take it you come, you look at the place, you sort of come up with the concept. Yep. Can you explain how that works?
Yep. So I do work with clients before they have purchased a house. Maybe they have an idea, a specific location that they're interested, or those that have already purchased. And I have a very pragmatic approach, because there are a lot of opportunities to make money, but people need to be careful because the competition is also increasing. Yeah. According to the National Association of Realtors, vacation home sales increased 30% from 2012 to 2013. That's huge. So although there's the opportunities, there's also competitions. Sure. So I come in and really assess the marketplace that they're interested in, or that they have already purchased in, and see what kind of a niche market that we can create, and then make sure every aspect of their vacation rental experience is catered to that niche for maximum profits.
I assume that a huge portion of this is the creative.
Yes, it's very creative. I would say the first 50% is very analytical. I was an analyst for Target Corp. I was an analyst, investment analyst for the Hartford, both our Fortune 50 companies. You have to take a very pragmatic, very analytical approach to see exactly where you can fall within the competition.
Find the efficiencies and find the areas where we're just not making it.
Yep, and then build upon that, and then from there, you have to be very creative in how you market it. The home has to be nice. If you're catering to a luxury crowd, well, then every aspect of the experience needs to be based to that customer. Right.
So, tell me about some of the experiences you're seeing as far as, you know, some of the recent work. Are we seeing really, really high-end properties only? Are we seeing a vast array? You know, and then how do you approach each of those types?
I think there's a vast array. You know, I think traditionally most of the investment, you know, income property investors have been more on the high-end level, because they have the extra capital to do it. Yeah. But now I think people are coming in and saying, hey, I can own this second home and have, you know, maybe rent it out 3/4 of the year and have it pay for most of the expenses, if not make an income from it. Right. So it's really people who, you know, really kind of have to shuffle their finances to make it work. With them, you have to be very careful just to make sure it makes sense and they're in the position to manage the property, because those types of individuals can't necessarily pay 40% to a property manager should they not have the time to work out.
And this is not an area that you're too heavily involved in the management side of it. That's the part you're like, yeah, we'll find somebody for that.
I manage my own. There are certain clients that have a vast portfolio that I will do the managing for, because I like things done a certain way. I'm kind of particular. But day to day, I don't. I have partners that I do like to work with. Okay. Managers will also come to me and say, hey, I kind of have this problematic property. Can you come help me assess it? What can we do to get it on its way to be more profitable.
Now, do you see a difference? My thought initially would be that we're very seasonal here as far as hotels are concerned.
Yep.
That seems pretty much assured. The thing that I maybe wonder is, we probably don't have entirely as much of a definitive season with properties like this, right? Because as you mentioned, these are maybe a property where someone lives here part of the year and then rents the rest of the year. So it may be that they love to be here in winter and they rent in summer, and so they're focused on, okay, how do we get mountain bikers in here or something like that. Would that be an accurate statement?
Yep, I think that would be too. And Park City is beautiful year round, and I think people, tourists especially, are starting to catch on at how fantastic the summers are. So we are seeing a trend where more people are coming here during those summer months. And the larger homes, for example, people are having weddings at these larger homes and having their entire crew stay at the house.
Nice.
You know, so Volo is actually going to be branching off into the events field. I just brought on a new teammate who has an extensive history doing events in the entertainment industry and that kind of a thing. So we can really partner with vacation rental owners or larger, you know, more corporate type buildings, partner with them and help them host more events.
Set them up for weddings, set them up for Sundance.
That kind of thing. You know, because I have a little rental here, and it's a 500 square foot historic miners cottage, tiny. You know, and I got probably...
It's very eclectic, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's super cute. I love it. I love the house dearly. And I got 12 or 13 inquiries last year for Sundance, for events. And I'm like, it's a 500 square foot property. You know, this isn't going to work for me. And then, you know, I kind of called around and I just didn't get much response. So I definitely think there's that need to kind of partner owners up with events that fit for their property. Because not everybody wants to have the whole Sundance crew come in and get crazy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't in my little tiny house.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But that would work for certain people in certain buildings. So
very, very exciting.
We'll be ready to launch with the events probably towards the end of the year, August, September.
We've got just a moment left, so tell me two things. Time frame that is best to start looking at this. I assume any time of year is a good time to start getting on it. But how long does it take for someone to get set up with you and get kind of established? And how do they do that?
Well, it depends on the scope of the project. Some people kind of have a good grasp on it and might say, hey, you know, I just need my authenticity up a notch. Can you help me with my guest guide? Everybody should have a house guide in there. And the book, and I recommend, you know, telling travelers
kind of the
what
concierge,
you love.
Right? Of the house.
You know,
the book.
I just need help being a better concierge. Hook me up, you know. I can help with little pieces, or I can do the whole thing. It could be full service or a la carte. So it depends. If you want more of a full service thing, I would say a good month or two, depending on how far I'm booked out when that is. So it's just best to reach out to me, and I can give a more accurate time frame.
Excellent. Well, we certainly appreciate coming and sharing the Volo Vantage with us. Sounds exciting. How long have you been doing this now?
Well, my parents have been into investment properties for over 15 years.
Wow.
So it's not new to me.
That's awesome stuff. Well, thank you very much, Kris, for being here. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with, I'm not sure if it's a crocodile or a gator. All I know is it's long, scary, and has big teeth. And you don't want to miss that. It's coming up right after this.